Good day and welcome to today's class. Today's class is our first class for the SS2 mathematics student. And in today's class, we shall be looking at the topic logarithm. Under logarithm, we shall take the following subheading. We shall look at the derivation of logarithm of numbers greater than 1. This is a topic which was done in SS1. We shall take a revision of it because it's going to be a continuation from there. We shall also look at the comparison of characteristics of logarithm and standard form of numbers. We shall also look at the logarithm of numbers less than 1, which happens to be the topic for today, which includes multiplication. How do we divide logarithm of numbers less than 1? We shall also look at their powers and square roots. Then we shall end the class with solutions of simple logarithmic equations. At the end of the class, students should be able to 1. Use logarithm table to perform calculations involving numbers greater than 1. We are also expected to be able to compare characteristics of logarithms with standard form of numbers. Also, we should be able to use logarithm table to perform calculations involving numbers less than 1, involving multiplication, division, powers, and roots. Then, we should be able to solve simple logarithmic equations. Let's look at logarithms of numbers greater than 1, which is like a revision from our SS1 work. What do you understand by logarithm? In indices, we're told that 8 is equal to 2 raised to the power 3. And we're taught how to convert numbers from indices to logarithms. And we said 8, which is equal to 2 to the power 3, can be expressed in logarithm as log 8 base 2 is equal to 3. So the logarithm of 8 in base 2 is said to be 3. That brings us to the definition of logarithm. What is logarithm? The logarithm of a number 8 is said to be the power 3 to which 2 must be raised to be equal to 8. So in general, we have it that if p is equal to n to the power x, we therefore have it that the logarithm of p to base n is the power x to which n must be raised to be equal to p. Recall that in SS1, it was discussed that the common logarithm is the logarithm that uses 10 as its base. The logarithm of base 10 numeral consists of two parts. We have the characteristics and the mantissa. For instance, the logarithm of 1546 is 3.1892. The characteristics is obtained by expressing 1546 in standard form. That is, 1546 can be expressed in standard form as 1.546 times 10 to the power 3. The power of 3 is the characteristics, while 1892 is obtained from the logarithms table as the mantissa. I am going to use examples to explain all what I have said concerning the logarithm. Just like I said, the logarithm is divided into two parts. We have the characteristics and the mantissa. For example, we have read from the logarithm table that the logarithm of 1546 is 3.1892. What that means is that log 1546 base 10 is equal to 3.1892. What this means is that 3.1892 is the number to which 10 must be raised to be equal to 1546. You can use your calculator to confirm that. It's going to give you an approximate value, if not the exact value. So, how do we use the logarithm table in achieving all this. Note, there are other means you can use in determining this, but in mathematics, we have so many options, so that if A does not work for you, B will definitely work. The logarithm of a number is divided into two parts, which we call the whole number and the fractional part. For example, logarithm of a number is expressed in this form 0.0000. This is said to be the whole number part, while this is said to be the fractional part. The whole number part is called the characteristics, while the fractional part, as we were taught, is called the mantissa. So how do we determine the characteristics? The characteristics of a logarithm is gotten by expressing the number in standard form. So if we have 1546, for us to get the characteristics, we are going to express it in standard form. So expressing this in standard form, this is going to be equal to 1.546 times 10 raised to the power of 3, where the characteristics is said to be the power of 10. So in this case, the characteristics is said to be 3. So 3 points. Now, how do we get the mantissa, which is the fractional part? For you to get the mantissa, you then use the value of A in standard form to determine the mantissa from your logarithm tables. And how do you do that? You are going to look for the value of 15 under 4 difference 6 from your logarithm table. And the logarithm table looks like this. On the logarithm table, we have the horizontal column and we have the vertical. So the vertical carries the value of x, which you are looking for. Remember, I told you you are going to pick the first two values. So the first two values are said to be the value of x. So you are going to look for the value of x under, is it 0.0, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, or down to 0.9. Then this is said to be the difference table. For the difference table, you are going to add it to whatever value you get. So for this particular number, we are looking for 15 under 4 difference 6. So I'm going to look for the value of 15 under 4 from the logarithm tables. So where is 15? You trace 15. This is 15 under 4. 15 under 4 is giving me 1875. So you pick 1875 plus the difference under 6. So you still go to that column and trace 6. Follow it down to the difference table. Under 6, I have 17. So I'm going to add 17 to this, and that gives me the value. So this is going to be 5 plus 7 is 12, carry 1. This is 7 plus 1 is 8 plus 1 is 9. This is 8 and this is 1. So my answer now is going to be 3.1892. And I believe this is what we got as the logarithm, 3.1892. So that is how to use the logarithm table in determining the values of logarithm of a number. Now that we have reminded ourselves on how to get the logarithm of a number using the logarithm table, let's solve some exercises.